Hello, once more, everyone. I'm Anastasia alongside my co moderator, Irene, as we progress to day 17 in our extensive 50-day software architecture class, where each session layers on the last to build your expertise. Reflecting briefly on day 16, we delved into scalability patterns such as horizontal scaling to add more resources dynamically, and sharding databases to partition data for better distribution and growth handling. Today, we're shifting our attention to reliability engineering, with a thorough discussion of fault tolerance mechanisms to handle errors without system collapse and redundancy strategies to ensure continuous operation, all aimed at creating architectures that not only scale but also remain dependable and available even when components fail or unexpected issues arise.
Absolutely crucial, Anastasia. Reliability is what turns scalable systems into truly production-ready ones, preventing costly outages and maintaining user trust over the long term.
Let's provide a more detailed overview for day 17 to set the stage clearly. Reliability engineering encompasses a set of practices and principles dedicated to maximizing system uptime, minimizing the impact of failures, and ensuring consistent performance under various conditions. We'll explore fault tolerance, which involves designing systems to continue operating effectively even when parts fail, and redundancy, which uses duplication of critical components to provide backups and distribute loads. These concepts connect seamlessly to Day 16's scalability patterns, where reliable scaling prevents single points of failure, and Day 15's performance optimization, as reliable systems must maintain speed even during recovery processes. Why dedicate a full day to reliability engineering? It plays a pivotal role in minimizing downtime, which is essential for business continuity and avoiding revenue loss in always on applications like e commerce or financial services. By handling failures proactively, it ensures predictable and swift recovery, turning potential disasters into minor blips. This directly improves user satisfaction through consistent, dependable service delivery. Economically, investing in reliability reduces the high costs associated with outages, including emergency fixes, lost productivity, and reputational damage. Covering the basics of reliability to establish a strong foundation. Reliability is quantified as the probability that a system performs its intended function without failure over a specified period under given conditions. Key metrics include mean time between failures for average operational time before issues, and mean time to recovery for average downtime duration. High availability aims for targets like 4 nines or 99.99% uptime, equating to mere minutes of downtime per year. Site reliability engineering, popularized by Google, blends software engineering with operations to automate reliability. Reliability in distributed systems presents unique challenges, such as network partitions or partial outages where some components fail while others continue, leading to inconsistent states. The key is to design for failure, assuming every component can and will fail, and building in safeguards accordingly. Chaos engineering involves intentionally injecting failures to test resilience. This ties closely to Day 7's microservices, where distributed nature amplifies the need for reliable interservice communication and recovery mechanisms.
Reliability strategies. Redundancy eliminates single points of failure by duplicating components. Active-passive uses a standby, while active-active shares load between instances. Graceful degradation prioritizes essential features under stress. Self-healing systems automatically detect and resolve common issues using scripts or orchestration. Fault tolerance techniques. Implement retry mechanisms with exponential backoff for transient errors like network glitches, circuit breakers, previewing day 28, halt calls to failing services to avoid cascading failures. Bulkheads partition resources to isolate failures like thread pools per service. Graceful degradation reduces non-essential features during issues to keep core services running. Common reliability pitfalls. Relying on a single site increases the risk of total failure. Inadequate monitoring hides issues until they become critical. Manually testing disaster recovery is slow and prone to error. Over-engineering for 100% reliability can be prohibitively expensive and unnecessary for most apps. Redundancy basics. It involves duplicating critical components to provide backups in case of failure, increasing overall reliability. Active-active configurations have all instances handling load simultaneously for seamless failover. Active-passive keeps standbys idle until needed. N+1 ensures one extra unit beyond required for immediate replacement. Redundancy techniques. Hardware like RAID arrays duplicate disks for storage fault tolerance. Software replicates services across nodes for load sharing and failover. Geographic redundancy deploys across regions to withstand disasters. For data, use backups and mirroring to ensure recoverability.
Redundancy in architectures. Use day 15 load balancers to distribute across replicated instances. In day 11 databases, master-slave setups provide read redundancy. Cloud platforms offer availability zones for intra-region redundancy. Always analyze cost versus benefit, as redundancy increases expenses but reduces outage risks. Reliability metrics. Define SLAs for contractual uptime and SLOs for internal targets. Error budgets allocate acceptable downtime for innovation. RTO is max acceptable recovery time. RPO max data loss. Calculate these to plan redundancy and tolerance levels effectively. Reliability testing. Conduct unit and integration tests for individual components fault handling. Chaos testing injects failures to validate tolerance. Combine with day 16 load testing to simulate scale under stress. Perform postmortems on incidents to extract lessons and improve. Reliability best practices. Automate recoveries with scripts or orchestrators like Kubernetes for quick restoration. Monitor comprehensively with day 18 alerts for proactive response. Design idempotent operations for safe retrieves without side effects. Maintain detailed runbooks documenting procedures for common issues. Reliability challenges. Redundancy costs must balance against desired uptime, overdue for diminishing returns. Distributed systems increase complexity and coordination. Human error causes many incidents. Mitigate with automation. Evolving threats require continuous updates to tolerance mechanisms.
Advanced fault tolerance. Use sagas for distributed transactions across services, coordinating steps. Implement compensating actions to roll back partial failures. Apply rate limiting to prevent overload from bursts. This previews day 28 circuit breakers for failing fast. Advanced redundancy. Multi-cloud setups avoid single vendor outages. Active geo-replication syncs data across regions for global availability. Quorum models ensure consistency in replicated systems by majority agreement. Optimize costs per day, 40, with reserved instances for redundant setups. Common reliability pitfalls. Overlooking single points of failure leads to cascading issues. Over-relying on redundancy without regular testing leaves false security. Focusing solely on MTBF ignores quick MTTR for recovery. Skipping incident drills leaves teams unprepared for real events. Detailed fault tolerance for handling failures and redundancy for backups. The key takeaway: proactively design systems for resilience to ensure high availability and quick recovery. Day 18 covers monitoring and logging best practices with tools like Prometheus.
Homework, analyze a system for fault tolerance and redundancy opportunities. Questions, comment, will reply. Thanks, like, share, and subscribe.